over to you, Nitish ji. Thank you so much. आपने हमें टाइम दिया आज and इस वर्कशॉप के लिए. So yeah, thank you so much.
Sure. Thanks, Jonty. And
Yeah,
hello, everyone. Good evening. Thanks for joining in. IPL का फाइनल है फिर भी आप लोग आए ये टाइम पे so thanks for it.
I think
Um,
Nitish ji, sorry to interrupt. I think थोड़ा सा muffled आ रहा है आपकी आवाज.
is
अगर
it clear now?
oh yes yes it is.
Okay. Okay. So thanks guys for joining in. Although it's an IPL final, आप लोग आए. Thanks for it.
Yeah.
So to begin with, I would like to uh, start my today evening with a brief introduction of about what I've been doing so far in the industry. Uh, so I started my journey in software industry when Java was version 1, that is 1997, and I did my engineering from Bangalore University, and I started my journey as a software programmer back in 1987. Um, and I got an option to move to US for a long time, like 10 years plus, uh, where I got an opportunity to work with some of the very big corporates of the world, like Visa, Boeing, um, National Insurance, Sprint, Info, kind of McKinsey. These are the companies where I had a very good exposure. And so I was an individual consultant, and I came back to India, set up my company called as Remote CTO. And Remote CTO was set up as a tech advisory company to startups and a lot of MSME level guys. So we started out with an advisory, like technology advisory, like people who wanted CTO kind of information, but they don't have a full-time CTO. That is where we made our niche. Now, and we did a fairly good job at it. So we are running the company from some time now, and uh, the journey that started with the tech advisory has culminated into a full-blown IT solutions company now. Like we are operating in three verticals right now. One is called Trace Labs, which is a cybersecurity company. One is a data company called as SDS, and third is an AI company called as AIFY. So we've got three verticals in solutioning and advisory company called as Remote CTO. So, like from the tech part of the things, we are all sorted, kind of thing. But I was seeing a major gap, like 2 years back, when we were recruiting for companies, like the group of subsidiaries. Um, the, I wanted certain niche skills from the industry, like um, for example, cryptography or a data science engineer who is excelling in analytics, kind of thing. Um, what we felt at that point of time was like if I wanted a cryptographer, there are two options. So either I go to the market and get hold of a 5 to 6 year old guy, and being not a very big company, like we are completely self-funded, by the way. So we never opted for any funding because we want to keep Remote CTO very independent as a company. So we don't want any external funding in our software tech company actually. So since it's a self-funded, so we have our own limitations of how much we can hire and all those things. So when we were hiring, we found out like um, so if I want to get like 6+ years experience guy, then I need to pay him a nice salary package. Second option is I get qualified engineers from the college, and I get started off with the regular package that is affordable to any company. Problem was the skills part. Like for one role, we had to interview around more than 70 people, and still we could not get the exact match. So we like the most likely match we took from the market. We trained people and then made him productive in 3 months, and fourth, 5th month, people just get some another offer, they go, and that's how any industry works, actually speaking. So the hiring process is expensive from a software company perspective. if you are operating in a lower, a mediocre level of hiring practice. So after investigating, like talking to my peers and talking with other companies, we found out that there is a sort of gap from the graduates that are passing out, like the engineering graduates or tech graduates who pass out, and the industrial requirement. And I kept on seeing it in various streams, like not only security, like data science, or if we say AI is relatively new field, but even if I want real time computing, for example, now real time computing using Kafka is a good skill, but you don't get this kind of skill right out of the college. Like you need to groom people, you need to spot out people, you need to you to actually go and talk to the market and all those things. So we spoke to a lot of academicians. We spoke to, and I being of an academic bent of mine, although I'm an entrepreneur, I run a corporate company. My mind is a little bit academically bent, where I want precision-based engineering. Like back in 2020, just to give a brief preview, quantum computing was coming up in a quantum computing was just getting started during COVID time, 2021 kind of thing, where Google and IBM launched quantum computing, and I was a pure quantum mechanical geek mode right from my childhood. So IBM came up with um, a international kind of scholarship course for from Stanford, and I applied for that, and I was 45 at that time, 46 rather. I applied for that course, and I was one of the probably the oldest ones age-wise to be enrolled in the course, and I got a certification from IBM for quantum computing. And to make things easier for people, like a lot of my friends were asking, what is quantum computing? And quantum computing is a whole different way of computing. It's not the regular way of computing. So to query or like solve the questions, I wrote a book on quantum computing in 2022, and it explores 32 different sectors in which quantum computing can be used versus the regular computing and how it can change the world, kind of thing. So that book is in Amazon. You can just go and search for a book called OQE Scope, and it has been widely appreciated for its format and all. So I am more of an academic kind of guy, like with the mindset of an academic. So when I spoke to coming back, when I spoke to colleges and trustees and principals and students as well as the parents, I came to figure out that number one, there are too many streams to select. Not only in computer science, like even if you go to mechanical or life sciences or regular graduations, there are a lot of streams available today. But where that stream is headed in the next 5 years, a lot of people are not aware of it. That is the first one. Second part is AI is not taken very seriously. Like it is taught only, to be very honest, AI. People want to teach AI kind of thing, but AI is a very very deep topic, actually speaking. So the foundational level skills are taught, but we need to, I think, get better at that part, because uh, what I see is AI is a very deep fundamental which is required not only for a person's individual journey, but even at organizations. Uh, so with all these parameters, we started a new subsidiary of the company called as Xworks. The plan of Xworks is extraordinary workshops, and we started conducting niche industry based workshops where we can make people industry ready. So we started off with a foundational subject like AI model building or basic Python for AI kind of thing, and we saw a lot of traction in there. People were interested to join, and we made it in a format that it can be on a weekend. So what we told students, like for example, uh, computer vision. Okay, let's take computer vision. Now, computer vision is something that is a very very strong futuristic career actually, where you are making machines see and based on what they see, the machines can take the decision. That is the most important part. It's not just CCTV cameras which are seeing people, but based on certain parameters, the machine can take decisions on what it sees. It's just like a human taking decisions when it sees. So that's a very fascinating area. So what we started was like a weekend. So we design curriculum internally. Like it's not like we. So since we are all geeks here, so we actually designed the curriculum for um, we designed the curriculum for what you call to understand tech in a broader way perspective. Just give you 1 minute, okay? I'll switch on the network. Just give you one minute.
या सो यहाँ पे जितने भी यहाँ पे इस मीटिंग में कोई फाउंडर है, फाउंडर और सोच रहे कि कुछ कंपनी फार्म करने की. इज एनीवन देयर? हेलो. हेलो. ओ यस. यस. सो इस पूरे वेबिनार के अंदर जो भी फाउंडर्स हैं, एंड सब सारे फाउंडर्स को अपने टेक टीम बनाना होता है, एक सीटीओ चाहिए होता है. तो पर्टिकुलरली उन लोगों के लिए भी इनमें हम ओके हम बात करेंगे उनके जो पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चंस है, इन सारी चीज़ को हम नेविगेट करेंगे थ्रू दिस वेबिनार. बिकॉज बहुत बार बहुत सारे फाउंडर्स के साथ ऐसे भी होता है कि जो नॉन टेक फाउंडर्स स्पेशली उनको टेक के फाउंडेशनल नॉलेज नहीं होने की वजह से बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि टेक टीम को बोल रहा है कि 1 महीने के काम को 3 महीने बोल देते हैं, राइट? बट आप जांच नहीं कर पाते हो. तो एटलीस्ट एक बेसिक जब फाउंडेशनल नॉलेज होता है आपके पास, देन यू कैन जज, राइट? यू कैन टेक डिसीजन बेटर. तो इन सारी चीज़ों पर हम बात करेंगे, एंड आप लोग भी डायरेक्टली नीतीश जी से बात कर सकते हैं. कोई भी क्वेश्चंस है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. सो प्लीज़ आप अपने क्वेश्चंस जो कमेंट बॉक्स है उसमें डाल दीजिए. वहाँ से डायरेक्टली नीतीश जी आपके क्वेश्चंस भी आंसर करेंगे. सो या, ओवर टू यू नीतीश जी, प्लीज. ही इज बैक.
Yeah. Sorry guys, वो internet का switch थोड़ा
या.
बदल गया. Okay, so 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 we designed this computer vision course at the very beginning also, and we saw that, and we told students and like people who had joined their career journey that spend a weekend with us actually. So we designed the courses for a weekend format. So in that weekend format, we told that on a Friday evening, you come to our class, you don't know about computer vision at all. On a Monday morning, when you go back to work, you will have at least 30% of what is going on in the computer vision market. So you can fine tune your career, and you can actually go deeper in the next week, and then the following week you can start applying for a job. So what you do on a Sunday? Most of the people, the youngsters, they watch Netflix or some web series or go out. Just spend a weekend with us to for your career itself, and it's not very costly courses and all. So like people were like wanted to try us out, and we conducted these workshops online actually, and the response was very good. Like on the weekend, like we give a hands-on demonstration, like hands-on example lab kind of thing, where people are actually building. So we don't focus a lot on explaining the deeper core things. We actually tell them exactly how the flow works. Like get onto your laptop and start building something good. So 2 projects, 3 projects on a weekend. On a Monday morning, he's confident about that he has got at least certain things going on his uh, on his radar actually. So that's how we started this journey of experts. So far, we have trained around 500 plus people in various skills, and our core skills are AI, cybersecurity, and data, which we started, and we'll be going quantum this year and some more courses for emerging technologies. And the main thing that we always do in experts is align our courses with industry. Period. Like we are not talking about of any fancy things just because it is fancy, it is cool kind of thing. We always make sure that this course aligns with the industry as of now. Because what is aligned with the industry as of now may not be relevant to the industry 1 year down the lane. So we are not sticking to one particular course that this is what we'll be teaching forever. No, we are evolving with the industry. Like if industry demand changes tomorrow, our course content and curriculum will definitely change, because our only intention is that students who are actually learning something should that should tie back to the industry. Like, because I am from the industry, right? I exactly know what works in the industry, and that is what I'm trying to build that bridge between the people who are qualified, but like they're qualified, but the alignment is not somewhere with the industry, what the industry wants. For example, there is a tech called as RAG, like you guys have known it. Now, RAG is a much in demand skill, but in the industry itself, there is a shortage of the actual skill. Like, what exactly like does a RAG developer do? So, so that is where people flaw. Like, we have some courses where we actually teach only RAG, like not the up, not the down. We only talk about how RAG can be used with LLM to understand our how what do you call agentic AI can be built, kind of thing. So we our aim is always to make sure that like the curriculum that we teach is in line with the industry demands, and whenever the industry evolves, our curriculum will also keep on changing, and that is forever actually. So having said that, like this season, like the summer season, we have launched AI. Like we focused on AI, like because everywhere there is AI, and a lot of confusion is there regarding what exactly in AI should I do. Like, should I be a developer? Should I be a user? Should I be a productivity guy? So we launched an AI first program also, where for it's a 8 month course for college students, and we say, okay, for tech guys, for the engineering people who are actually building stuff, that will be like a 4 month foundational course and the 4 month application course. So it is like for non, for like for example, graduates who are from non-tech background like BCom and BA. Again, the 4 months will be the regular thing, and the next 4 months will be more of the tools kind of thing, the productivity things. So we have got various courses. Like, one is for, so that is a longer course, like 8 month course for college girls, and then there are weekend workshops on various AI tech, like the general we have got Gen AI masterclass that actually tells you how you can use Gen AI for building products. And then there is a very niche what do you call course that we call as building agentic AI, where we teach. So 2025 is called as, people say it's a it's a year of agentic AI, like where there are autonomous agents, AI agents talking between themselves, talking with different models, making decisions, and giving the result to the people without monitoring your, without continuous feedback. So, so agentic AI is something that is the hottest career today in the world, kind of thing. So we have got something called as building AI agents, where we actually teach people on how they can build agentic AI actually. Then we have got a very deep course called as building neural networks, where we actually, it is it is for hardcore geeks actually. So we have got different flavors of AI courses. But I would like to highlight two specific courses here, like based on the, the newer courses that we built. One is called as AI to Python to AI masterclass. It is for people who actually want to get into coding line and understand how a thing works. So it is more about, we start from the very basics of Python, then we go to data, build a dashboard, then we go to AI modeling, and we finish off with agentic AI. So this entire 15-hour course will give a overall idea about how a workforce is actually done, like how we start from basics to data to modeling to agentic AI. Like, you will not be very super experts, but you will definitely know how to proceed in a direction. That is one course, like specifically. I mean, we priced it also in a very favorable manner, so a lot of people can join. And the second course is for completely non-tech founders who are actually starting a tech company. So we have seen like a lot of people are there, um, who who want to start a tech company, but they don't know how to start it. So we have this course called a startup playbook for non-tech founders. So this is a course where we talk about the nitty gritties of how to handle the tech actually. Like we talk about vendor management, we talk about team hires, we talk about building an MVP, how you can build an MVP quicker, like what kind of tools of AI tools can a non-tech founder use. All these nitty-gritties about the nuances of going through the tech journey that is captured in this playbook course. So these two are the hot selling courses right now in our arsenal. And yeah, one more thing is we also have a internship based courses also where we actually provide internships to young students if they are qualifying enough. So like like overall what I wanted to speak is like we have got various different courses, but the current hottest courses that we are pursuing are AI, Python to AI Masterclass and the playbook for non-tech founders. So because that is the playbook for non-tech founders is a 6 hour course because startup founders don't have a lot of time to attend. So it's a 6 hour course where we actually tell them how a non-tech guy can actually get onto a tech business, like what is the best strategy for them to actually uh, like what is the smartest way for them to spend less and get a good return ROI. What are the tools and the tech stack they should be using in initial things, and how to manage vendors if there are vendors, and how to build a small MVP like very quickly. So we are covering all these things in our course so that startups founders are in a better position going. So it's all these courses are like some of them are conducted personally by me. So these two courses will be done by me myself, and all the other courses there are people from industry whom I have known from long time. They will be taking the courses. They are all industry professionals who will be like giving industrial grade training. Yes, but these two courses, the Python to AI one and the startup playbook one, that will be conducted personally by me because I think I will be the best person to talk to a non-tech founder on how you can handle your tech things because of my previous experience and um, and and all the things that I have seen in the technology industry that can go wrong. So these two courses will be personally taken by me as a curiosity factor. I want to understand and teach personally on this. And the rest of the courses for GenAI and computer vision and all those things, they are all taken by industrial grade professionals who know who know their stuff and all those things. So having said that, um, guys, we are living in an age where upskilling is the most important part for anyone, like even for me or even for any of us, because unless we are ready to upskill, we will be like we will be lost somewhere. So we are living in an age. See, in when I was growing up, it was more of I always used to say like 10 years we need to reinvent ourselves, because the world changes in 10 years. Like 10 years, you need to break yourself psychologically and skill set and all these things, and we need to rebuild ourselves every 10 years. Now the world is changing so fast that we may have to rebuild and reinvent ourselves every 5 years. And 10 years or 15 years down the lane, it might be like every 2 years. So we have to keep on reinventing ourselves again and again and again, because if we stick to one thing and say that this is going to give us result for the next 50 years or 30 years or 40 years, that is not going to happen. We have to keep on rebuilding, reinventing ourselves every 5 years or like 6 years as of now is what I feel. So we will be staying relevant and we will be staying updated and we will be doing good stuff actually. So ours will be a small role in making sure that people always we are able to guide and lead people to reinvent themselves in the way that they never become out of the market. So we always plan to keep people upskill. So as I always tell, we do upskilling, reskilling, and skilling. So skilling, reskilling, upskilling. That's it. So you have to unlearn and you have to relearn, unlearn and you have to relearn. This is only way you can keep yourself progressive and going going full flown in a world. Like world is getting easier. The the nuances and the complexities are getting better. We can, if we know how to handle data, if we know how to handle our careers or our choices, then the world is in a, we can do things very quickly that was not possible 10 years back. So with the new tech like AI and like or even other stuff like the comms that we have today, the personal tools of choice, we can do things very very quickly, which was not possible like 10 years back actually. So and it will keep on getting better. So today, if you want to start up your own business or if you want to open a company store, it is pretty fast. So I would say keep on updating yourself, reinventing yourself, and bank on us if we can be of help to you in that. So with that, I think you have any questions. I can answer, try
Yeah.
to answer.
So I think yeah, it is absolutely absolutely. I think Ridhima कुछ बोलना चाह रही है. So yeah, Ridhima, please.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, how I would put it is as there are fascinating sources on YouTube, blog, website, company website, all these things. But the point is, you need to getting started, right? It is always better to have an interactive teacher. So why we started Xworks in the first place? Our website is not xworks.com. It is xworks.live, Live, because what I personally feel is when you're beginning your career, right, or you're beginning your journey, you should always be on the interactive front. Like you should be asking questions, you should be getting answers, you should be clearing your doubt, you should always be like on an interacting mode. Because when somebody is talking, you listen. For example, if you go to Udemy, then Udemy has got a lot of courses, and but the statistics of Udemy show that most of the people don't go till the end because I log in, I will say, okay, there is a class. I will pause. I will go. I have some food. Then tomorrow I will come again. Then third day after tomorrow I may not get time. So the discipline is hard to maintain in a non-interactive classes. So when you start your journey, right, always learn from interaction. Like I may be old school here, but it always works with because you have somebody talking to you on the other side. You can always ask questions, and then when somebody is teaching, right, you always tend to complete your course rather than uh, like a YouTube video where you have the choice of pausing and going away. It's not like, but in a live interactive session, the there is a constant communication happening and you can keep on expanding your views. But once you are done with the class will give you a head start. Like, but for going very deep, then you actually bank on YouTube or blogs or any research related articles. So it's like a two-way thing, I would say. You start off with a trainer kind of guy who can actually tell you the nitty-gritties. And for getting specialization, then you go and look at the YouTube videos of the world where you become an expert. So it's more like so it's because to become an expert, you need a lot of daily grind and churn. So you may not get the time to talk with the teacher every day. So what I would advise is you should get started with the interactive teacher-led courses and use YouTube and other blogs to get deeper into the tech, like to sharpen your skills. I think this is the way to learn. Like even if you look at school level people, right? So a teacher in the class helps to understand the fundamentals and set the things right, and then you bank on video tutorials to understand more and more and go deeper based on how much appetite a guy has to absorb the things. So I think this is a right way to go. Hope I answered your question, Garima.
Yes, yes, yes.
Jonty, you are on a mute.
Oh yeah, sorry. So we have a next question from Atul Kumar. how can we know about the technical and business background of the trainers?
So for every class, right? So when you're before the class starts, we will be giving you the trainer detail, actually speaking, because we can't give it
Sorry,
at the
sir,
very
your
beginning.
voice is got a bit muffled.
Yeah, is it clear now?
Yeah, it is. It is.
So, so before the class start of every batch, we actually put up the information of the trainer who will be actually taking the class. Because what we do is it will always be somebody from the industry.
Yeah.
Like we don't take like who are not from the industry kind of thing. So it will be like if I am teaching, my data will be there in the WhatsApp community that this class will be taken by this guy. But since we have got a lot of trainers, right? That information that on a given weekend or on a given class, who will be the teacher will be relayed before the class starts actually. So once you become a part of the community, we will publish all the things like who is going to be taking the training and all those things. But trust me, like at experts, we are always banking on the individuals who are in the industry rather than uh, non-industry people. Actually,
Yeah. So I think Atul, are you here? Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. What I was saying is
Yeah.
that for our mothers, for most of us, not all, we might be the smartest person in the world, and the world needs to know we are smarter than Albert Einstein and Elon Musk, everything else. But for the rest of the world, that's not the case. So everywhere, it doesn't matter if I'm Elon Musk or Bill Gates or Narendra Modi or Donald Trump, we have to introduce ourselves so that people know who we are, what our background is, because that's the common courtesy, because that's how
yeah,
people get to know. So
correct,
based on a past accomplishment, people know, oh, because you already have run a company with a $10 billion, $100 billion, oh, that they can guide others to become in the journey to reach a billion or $1 million. So that's why
Yes.
introductions are very important. That's all.
Yeah.
correct.
I'm Atul Kumar from Texas.
Yeah, yeah. So, hi.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. So, any
So,
other questions?
like, can we, Tanish, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Tanish? Yes, you can go. Go ahead,
Yeah,
please.
so good evening, sir. I am
Good
Tanish
evening.
Shah, son of Samip Shah. You might know him. He has a company named Health Wellness Technosoft Private Limited.
Mm-hmm.
Nitesh sir might know him. So, sir, I basically had a question that I am a very, very fresher right now. Like, I just graduated my 12th.
Hmm.
So, I just wanted to know about that. The masterclass you told about Python to AI masterclass.
Right.
Does an applicant needs to know the basics of Python to join that class?
Not really. So we will start from the very beginning, but at least it will be helpful if you know. So you are from the tech background, like you are from the engineering kind of stream, or
Yeah, I am from engineering background.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Then it should be fine. Yeah, because we begin our class at a very basic level, and we focus the first 3 to 4 hours only on computing fundamentals, like how a loop is formed, what is a while loop, and what is a set, and the data structures, the core things of Python kind of thing. So we teach Python. It begins with Python itself. Like we for the first 4 hours, we'll be only focusing on Python, and then the data science and the AI things will kick off. So there is no prerequisite as of now.
Okay, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
sure, sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, Ridhima, now you can ask.
So, like, even I am a non-tech founder. So,
Mm-hmm.
if I look at the founder's playbook code,
Mm-hmm.
so what exactly will I get when I attend the course?
Mm.
Will I be able to develop my own product, or will I be able to know how soon can a tech task be accomplished, or will I be able to guide my tech team? How will it exactly benefit me?
Correct. So the playbook kind of thing doesn't teach you how to code in the first place because it is for entrepreneurs who have to do a lot of other work also. So what that playbook teaches is how you can manage your tech team. Like for example, the challenges that we are seeing working with startups is like people are not able to identify what tech stack they require, like how they build their architecture, how do they identify vendors, is that technology journey on the right path or not? Like people burn a lot of money and then they figure out, oh, the the tech stack is totally wrong kind of thing. So how to validate that tech stack, like can you like how to get the MVP out at a very low cost, how to do, how to validate your idea whether the idea is on the right track or not. There are, we talk about some tools which you can use for productivity hack, how you can actually track your projects at a very very low budget kind of thing. So that will be teaching about all those things. Like as an entrepreneur, if I am a non-tech guy, I don't need to code actually, but I need to make sure that I recruit the right people for the job, either outsource it or insource it. But I should be making sure that the idea is validated. Number one, the tech stack and tech architecture is in place. We are moving it in the right direction. We are releasing the MVP very quickly, and the MVP is also validated. So it teaches. I mean, it is like a check. It is like a playbook for a non-tech founder to make sure that his product and vision, sorry, his product is aligned with his vision kind of thing. So we don't want them to get what a lot of times I've seen working with startups is like they start with a vision and ultimately they end up in a way where the vision is in one direction and the tech stack is in another direction. But it requires a reality check. The idea needs to be validated, the product needs to be validated. We need to make sure at every point of time that you are actually hitting the direction of your vision. So that is where we actually run this 6 hour course where we actually teach like realistic values to the like realistic checkpoints to the founder, and we also teach some interesting tools which the founder can use to actually make his journey quicker actually. So it's like I had a friend here who wanted a tech co-founder but he was not able to get a tech co-founder, so he started his journey as a founder, non-tech founder. And like we suggested him a lot of AI tools where he can use, and he was fairly happy doing the things. I mean, it cannot be production valued stuff, but at least an MVP built with which he can actually present it to the financiers to get some funding. And this is the basic idea. Can I get a little bit funding so that I can recruit some right people for the tech kind of thing? So we teach that in that 6 hour course. We don't teach coding per se.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you
Sure,
so much. Sounds helpful.
sure.
Yep. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyone else want to ask anything? Please come forward. Hello. Pradama, hello.
Yes, if anybody has
Is
any
it
questions, we can take that. Otherwise, if we can get a little bit knowledge for everyone who has joined today in the webinar, if we can get a little bit of knowledge about the Gen AI or some tips for the non-tech founders, I think that will be really helpful.
okay?
Hey,
Okay.
hi Nitesh, this is Manoj Gupta.
Hi,
Uh,
Yeah.
Manoj.
may I ask
Hi,
question?
Manoj.
Sure, sure, sure.
uh, okay. I also live in Bangalore and I am also running a startup company here.
Hmm.
Okay, it's been 3 years. We are into data services and product development. Okay.
Okay,
We are also trying to expand our verticals, shifting from typical or conventional data engineering background to Gen AI and AI. So it was an interesting topic to join today. I wanted to understand we don't have see we are IT people, but
right.
I am from a basically I'm graduated in a non-IT background. So I'm basically a metallurgy engineer.
Okay,
Joined here in Bangalore in couple of industries. Have a had a good IT experience,
okay.
but overall still I'm not into AI field. Okay,
Mm.
so. What do you think as a startup company? How do we pitch for, AI project? How do we scale our team or skill our team into AI field so that we can pitch in different industry?
So so to get the question right, like you are planning to venture into AI and you want your
Yes.
team to make the right uh, what do you call signals that you are now AI enabled kind of thing. Yeah. So for that,
Yeah.
I think is your team like the team is all AI qualified kind of people, like they are Like they are trained in
They
upskill in
are
AI.
they are into Python, okay, and they are using. So we're basically building a lot of mobile applications that
Mm,
uses Python-based REST frameworks.
mm,
Okay, so
mm.
they know Python, but they are not into AI.
Right. So I think the best part for them, because when you are pitching to customers that you are taking AI, now AI again is a very vast field. Like
Yes.
like what are you doing in AI? Like for example, are you training models? Are you fine-tuning models? Or you are building agentic AIs? Or you are building a neural network for people, like for healthcare, legal, and like a niche area? Like first of all, you need to
Mm,
decide on what
I have
exactly.
not touched any of these area. I have not touched any of these area. I'm
Yeah.
not
So
doing anything on AI.
okay. So what is the plan? Like when you say you are planning to launch a service, what kind of service you want to launch? That is the
We
first thing
wanted
that I
to
would.
start on, yeah, I'll answer it. So as of today, we are thinking to start something on Gen AI and
Ah,
agentic AI.
agentic AI, right?
These
Right.
two
Correct.
fields. Yeah,
Okay. So, okay, we have made that clear that it is GenAI and agentic AI. So,
yeah.
for that, when you actually start pitching, you need to have some, at least you go to the market with one or two products, actually. Like nowadays, people are like everybody is telling that they are into agentic AI. So, the trust factor has decreased in the market, to be very honest.
Yeah.
Like, like so to make the trust factor I would advise you to build a agentic AI solution, like, and then go to the market that okay guys, I have this chatbot, I have this what do you call uh, helper kind of thing, I have this task agent with me, so that will,
Hmm.
and that's your own product, so that will probably put some trust on your offering. And I think you should also upskill your team. Like for example, if suddenly somebody comes and says, "Okay, let's build an AI," then your team should be having the capability to build, right? So there are two things you need to do: build an internal team capacity, like upskill your existing team for generational AI and agentic AI, and then build something, a small product that you can actually take it to the market and tell to these guys, like guys, this is the product that we build. So that there is a trust factor that sets in. I think these two things might be the best way to start off with your AI journey. That's what I guess.
Okay. May I have another discussion with you? Wanted to
Mhm.
have a longer discussion on these two areas separately, anytime, any other day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can actually book a consultation like on our website.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we can.
Sure, I'll do it. You're on mute, Jonty.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. So, anyone else want to ask anything to Nitesh ji? Hello, am I audible, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, yeah. सो आई थिंक नितिश जी अगर जेन एआई एंड ये सारे जो बज़वर्ड इतने ज़्यादा हमको सुनाई देते हैं हर रोज आज के टेक
Mm,
इंडस्ट्री में,
mm.
सो क्या आप थोड़ा सा इन सारी चीज़ों को ना सिंप्लीफाइड वे आप थोड़ा बता सकते हैं हमें क्या है ये चीज़, मतलब किस तरीके से हम स्टार्ट करना चाहते हैं, हम इस पे सीखना चाहते हैं, इट्स ओके, बट जेन एआई एंड ये जो एआई इंडस्ट्री है ये है क्या, वो मतलब किस तरीके से इवॉल्व हो रहा है, एंड कुछ आपके टिप्स एंड आप अगर कुछ पर्टिकुलर इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर करना चाहेंगे हमारे साथ.
See, GenAI is a progressive evolution actually. So I say,
या
if you look at 2015, let's
आई
say
थिंक नितिश जी
machine.
योर वॉइस इज गॉट मफल्ड.
Yeah, is it okay now? Is it okay?
यस यस
So
यस.
yeah, so when we speak about Gen AI, so it is generative AI actually speaking. So it started from the field of machine learning and deep reinforcement learning. So you have to go back in time around 8 years back, like where machines were just machine learning was evolving. So it was classifying things. For example, you show it images of a cat and a dog, you train it like that way, and finally, based on the image that is displayed, it will say whether it's a cat or a dog, kind of thing. So it was able to classify information back in 8 years, 9 years back. So we had
या
models that was actually built for certain cases, like either it is regression or is it like classification. Two parts where we actually
या
where in one case we actually cluster a group of things like a probability kind of thing. Like A group is falling under this category and this group is falling under this category. Or it says a predictive number, like okay, this is a cat, this is a dog, like this is the prediction kind of thing. So it was like supervised, unsupervised learning kind of thing. Slowly, the advancement went into deep learning, where machines were learning by itself. There is no, so we call it back in the day called as unsupervised learning. So machines itself learned by the set of rules it was given. So it was more like that level. So eventually, it came to a situation where it started generating things like images, which were not there in the real world, but the the model started generating things, images, text from from random descriptions, like it was more like that kind of thing. That is called as when I say so earlier we used to call this GAN model. So it's GAN, Generative Advisory. I forgot the acronym for that. But then GAN model eventually came to generative AI. So that's the generative AI means it is generating certain things by itself. It is generating things. It is not classifying. Create kar raha hai wo, based on the knowledge. But everything changed in 2018, I guess, when there was a paper called as "All Attention is All I Need." So that is a beautiful paper. If you guys get time, go and read it. It is called "Attention is All I Need." All we need. So you can just Google it and you will get the paper. So that gave the context thing to the AI. Like, so 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 4 words. 2 मैंने हटा दिया. So there is 1, 3, 4. Now the machine can go through 1, 2. So 2 is not there. 1, 3, and 4. वो words say it can understand the context. That is the most important thing. It will get the attention that is required. And from that, you can figure out what is the second part. It is not only filling the blanks now. It is understanding the context and then filling the words. That's where it became predictive kind of thing. Like अभी जो हम GPT models देख रहे हैं, where it's actually coming up with predictions and it seems to understand us very clearly. Is this paper that that paper that was launched actually? So that paper enabled the contextual part, and out of that, GPT model evolved. And now it seems that GPT is able to understand us like humans, better than humans, actually speaking, because now it has context of everything, and that's how Gen AI evolved. But again, आपका model, so you have to train your model, and the model is the most important part. अगर आपका model training अच्छी तरह से हो गया, the context and everything will be brilliant. Model training bogus ho gaya, your model, your AI system will be cracked. So it is more like that. So it's a very fascinating line, to be honest.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Got it, got it. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the basic understanding of GenAI and the AI industry. And so, anyone else want to ask anything or want to put anything in the discussion? Hello. I hope. Yeah. And Ridhima, do you have any other doubts, questions you want to ask?
Yeah, I have actually shared two questions from our community in the chat box. If you can take them up.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. So, the first question is, how soon can I learn and start making products by using GenAI if I'm having basic Python knowledge?
Interesting question. So it is all about what is the definition of a product. Like if the product is an agentic AI thing, then probably you can get started in a month's time to build your own agents, actually speaking. But if the product is your fine tuning of an LLM model, it might take 6 months. So, so the so the word product is kind of like hazy there. So if it is all about making agentic AIs, then I think if you know Python, 1 month of training, you are done. You can start building your own agents like pretty quickly, like really quick. 1 month is all I'm asking. If you have a basic Python knowledge. So yeah, I think if product means agentic AI products, it can be built like very quickly. Like you just need to invest one month of your time learning how to build and understanding integrity. Second month you will start making the products for sure. And second question is,
Got it.
can I make my complete MVP without coding? If so, how many days? Yeah, so people make MVP nowadays with no code tools also. Like, and if you like, it depends again on how deep the product is actually. So if the product is like simply a user-facing app, it can be done like in 15, 20 days also. But if I mean, it depends on the product actually. So it's the question is like it's pretty open-ended. So MVP without coding, like it depends on what you want to build. So if you want to build a simple two-button app, it can be like a week's time also. But if you want to build a e-commerce like application, it might be a couple of months maybe. So, and again, it depends on which MVP, like which tool you choose for which no-code tool you use. Nowadays, there are very brilliant tools which just drag and drop se ho jayega kaam. But then it depends on what you're building also. So I would say anywhere from a week to a couple of months is what I would estimate actually.
Got it. So, if any no-code tools you can recommend for this task?
No, there are like a lot of no-code tool, like if if I have to put up like so using AI also you can build like there is something called as Munchify where you can actually build. It's a nice no-code tool that we sometimes use internally in our company. It's called Munchify, and Munchify is a nice drag and drop tool that you can use. Like there are tons of tools in the open source world also. Like, but we use Munchify sometimes to um, build something quickly. Um, so yeah. So did you hear about something called as Bubble? So so people use Bubble a lot for doing the MVP, um, and people use Webflow for building app. So there are a lot of tools market which are available in the market. For example, Airtable is used for database. Bubble is used for the front end. Um, Multiply is used for drag and drop things. Um, like there are like tons of tools for that. Like you have to figure out what exactly do you want. Like for example, if I want to build a chatbot, then I can use a tool called a Studio. So TIDIO is a tool that I can just build and deploy a chatbot. Like it's out of the box. But you need to figure out what kind of thing that you're building. Is it a chatbot you're building, a website you're building, an app you're building, kind of thing. So
Got it. Got it. Got it. Noted. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, we have shared the group link, WhatsApp group link in the chat box. So, if anyone would like to stay tuned with the updates about the workshops, they can join the WhatsApp community and also to connect with Nitesh ji for any other future chats they would like to have. Plus, we have two workshops upcoming in the next 2 weekends. The first one is the GenAI one happening on the 6th, 7th, and 8th. And there are internship options for students who successfully complete the workshop. So, after the workshop, they will be working on live client projects and applying what they learned. And the second workshop is for founders like me who are from the non tech and would like to learn about technology and how they can better manage their startup with this knowledge. So that 6 hours workshop is going to happen on the next weekend, which is on the 14th and 15th weekend on this June. So if anyone would like to stay updated with these workshops and notifications, they can join the WhatsApp community. And if anybody has any other doubts, would like to learn anything, would like to have any knowledge related to tech, they are free to ask Nitesh ji. He's right here. And please utilize the time and the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah. So I hope. So any questions? Anyone else? So otherwise, okay. So I hope कि अब no one has any questions to ask. So yeah. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Nitish ji, for your time.
Sure, it is a pleasure.
And it was great talking to you. And I hope कि सब लोगों ने अपने साथ connect किया है. And प्लीज़ जो हमारे कमेंट बॉक्स में जो लिंक दिया गया है तो उस पर ज्वाइन कर लीजिए फॉर द फर्दर अपडेट्स. थैंक यू सो मच अगेन फॉर योर टाइम. या
Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ritesh.
या